Hello, everybody. See, since it's the end of this month, I decided to end the month. I decided to do another video on animation because it's been a very long time since I did a video on animation. To begin, I'm gonna tell you a story. Hold on a second. The year it was in January of 2015, and during the 42nd Annie Awards, there was actually a man by the name of Dieter Brunner. And thing is, this man was so impressed by the dynamic by so many entries at the Annie Awards, they decided to create an event dedicated to that event that celebrated the diversity of animation in Europe. That became known as the European Animation Awards, also known as the Emmys. And the thing is, it was announced in the early 2017, and the first one happened in late 2017. Now, you're probably wondering why I made this, why I'm mentioning the European Animation Awards. Well, thing is, there's a scripture I like to read, and that scripture is First Peter chapter 5, verse 5. Hold on a second. And it reads, "In the same way, you younger men, be in subjection to the older men, but all of you clothe yourselves with humility toward one another, because God opposes the haughty ones, but he gives undeserved kindness to the humble ones." And so you're probably wondering why I read the scripture, because the truth is, the European Animation Awards is really a product of haughtiness. And as speaking which, there's actually another scripture I'm going to read. That scripture is there's actually scriptures, and that scriptures are Second Timothy chapter 3 verse 1 through 5. Hold on a second, and it reads, "But know this: in the last days, critical times hard to deal with will be here. For men will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, haughty, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, disloyal, having no natural affection, not open to any agreement, slanderers, without control, fierce, without love of goodness, betrayers, headstrong, puffed up with pride, lovers of themselves, lovers of pleasures rather than lovers of God, having an appearance of godliness but proving false to his power, and from these turn away." Now, the thing is that, unfortunately, like that other scripture I read, there are two. Unfortunately, the establishment is it's not really humble. In fact, it really reflects two traits that are just of the last days. Those are haughtiness and puffed up with pride. Because the thing is that the person, hold on a second, because Dieter Brunner was so impressed, so puffed up with pride and haughty that he decided that there should be the event dedicated to animation. But it's really, when you think about it, if you really know the history of animation, then you should know there's no reason for the European animation films to exist. It's really a fallacy. As a matter of fact, I have another scripture I read. It's Second Timothy chapter. The scripture I meant to actually say is First John chapter 2 verse 17, and that reads, "Furthermore, the world is passing away, and so it is desire, but the one who does the will of God remains forever." So the thing is that really, there's no reason to set up to have a creation of the European Animation Awards, because really, considering how miserable the state of feature animation truly is, it's really safe to say that it's just pointless, because really the history has been very, very miserable. Well, that's all for today. And with those scriptures in mind, we conclude that the creation of the European Animation Awards is a falsity. Well, thank you for listening. Bye bye.